All right, how about some news that's positive as we start off today? We may start to see bigger yields in Georgia's soybean fields in the coming years. Recently at a Southern States Cooperative Field Day, growers got to hear about a study that's going on in Georgia that is changing the variety of soybeans that are grown in the state and changing the way the crop is managed. Mark Wildman follows that story.
In this soybean field in Dooley County, the crop may not look different, but what is being grown here and how it is being managed may totally change the way farmers look at growing soybeans in the state.
This field right here looks like it has at least 85 to 90 bushel yield potential, as do all our growers that have the Southern States 4917 indeterminate variety.
Longtime agronomist Eddie McGriff with Southern States Cooperative and retired UGA agronomist John Woodruff are looking at ways to grow the crop differently in Georgia in order to boost yields and potentially greatly boost farmers' profits. They were showing growers some of their results recently at a field day.
Well, traditionally we planted soybeans from May 10th to June 10th. That's been the ideal time with determinate varieties. This is an indeterminate variety, Southern States 4917. We want to plant them in mid-April if we can. And we've seen with these indeterminate varieties, normally we don't plant in Georgia, we have an opportunity for longer leaf growth past flowering and also higher yield potential.
Last year, Brooks County farmer Randy Dowdy broke a Georgia soybean yield record using this method, so the study was expanded to 12 growers this year. The new method, which is being used in other parts of the country, requires a much different management approach.
One is the indeterminate variety, planting early, hopefully narrowing your rows as close as possible, plus supplemental nitrogen and potash. We're putting 30 pounds of nitrogen at planting, even though soybeans are a legume, and then we're coming back with another 30 pounds at pod fill with another 50 pounds of potash. The indeterminate varieties need to be harvested very timely, so we're going to use a harvest aid, gramoxone, to dry the leaves down so we can get harvested as early as possible.
Georgia farmers have several options when they decide what to plant in their fields, and experts here hope this new system will give growers another good choice when it comes time to plant.
The most important thing will be perhaps for early planting where they got irrigation and they're looking at an option as compared to corn, cotton, or maybe peanut. The regular traditional determinate soybean is one typically planted after small grain in June. This type soybean is not suited for that late of planting, so it would have a fit perhaps with early planting and where farmers are looking for an option for something else to plant in April.
When you talk big yields, it gets everyone's attention, but the bottom line is, does it make good business sense?
I can tell them that it's working for others in the Delta and Mid-South, and we are trying it to see if it works here too. I am excited. I'm impressed. You know, I don't know how practical things are. One of the things we're trying to do is get a pencil and pencil down every money that's spent on the crop versus what they're making, and we won't have a good answer till we get a cost versus return on it. But it does look encouraging at this point.
In Dooley County, I'm Mark Wildman for the Georgia Farm Monitor.